Okay, so the game Fallout 76 just released. The game, of course, a lot of people hate the game. People are review bombing the game, and it's not because of the reason why. The reason why people are review bombing the game is the beta players. Yes, the beta players are basically review bombing a game because once it came out. So yes, Fallout 76 will now be tainted forever as a bad game by gamers because they didn't like the beta. There's more than the beta was really done a week ago, and of course it was created to, of course, make interest into the game and make people want to play. But a lot of people are just basically giving it. And here's a warning. Now the game's probably not gonna sell as well because fans are giving it a 2.7. And one thing never trust review scores on launch day, and this is the reason why. It's because the game that released in 24 hours, player interaction is meant to be a form of core experience. But of course, the reviews, and a lot of people are basing the game based off the beta. Yes, the beta. Fallout 76 had a beta, and people are basing the reviews based off the beta experience of the game. So people are basically giving the game a bad review because they didn't like the beta experience of Fallout 76. Yes. People didn't like the beta, so now people are basically disliking the game en masse because they didn't like a freaking beta. And you thought Rick and Morty, and I thought Rick and Morty fans were really bad. And of course, there's a lot of people giving the game good reviews. The people who played the game at once are giving the game good reviews and saying it's a good game and stuff. But of course, like a lot of games, the beta players are of course disliking. They didn't like the beta, so of course they probably canceled their pre-orders. And here's the thing about review bombing. Review bombing is a fairly standard operating procedure for developers that anger the high mind in one way or another in case committing a sin by taking an established property in a new direction. And not to notice that it's not always in the 24 hours. But here's the problem with review bombing the game. Battlefield 5 will likely be review bombed by angry fans as well who haven't played the game. Other games that review bombed earlier this year, like Rome Total War 2, and of course Star Wars Battlefront 2, probably thousands of people who didn't play the game gave the game a 0 just because of EA's loot box, because of the whole loot box controversy, basically invalidating all the few good reviews the game got, and everybody that's disliking the game because of the loot box controversy they had. So, review bombing is never really good for a game. And the game is not even a day old, and people are already saying the game's like the worst game ever made, and giving the game zeros because. And it is the problem of online games in general. It is why I don't make games online only, because review bombers will of course hate the game. A lot of people hate online only games, and a lot of people are thinking the game was gonna be bad in the first place. So if you haven't played Fallout 76, what you played in the last few weeks and this is the reason why the people are disliking the game, because the people said the beta is basically the finished product. Finished product is the thing you review. So yes, which means anything before release is good for beta impressions but not release impressions. Random markings but not reviews. If something supports a slap or score on this thing and such an early state to final release, there's like some bad faith operating here. Some games had really bad betas, but the games were better at once. A lot of games followed this rule. Some early access games, such as Ark Survival Evolved and Minecraft, were bad at the beginning, but they got better over time. And you can't really judge a game based off a beta or alpha release or something like that, because the game is not complete yet. And that was the problem with Bethesda. they kind of screwed themselves in the foot. You can't say the beta is a complete game. Of course, it is basically the same, similar to the game release, but you can't do that to fans of the game. So basically, don't trust the review bombers and try to play the game yourself, and don't judge the game based off the beta players at all.